निवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते.
I am trying to hit the nail in the head that mental health is a hoax mostly, and we will discuss a paper relating to that as well, but also that fake mental health problem that USA has created because of their mental health awareness, their body positivity awareness, their transgenderism awareness. इनको लगता है कि ये awareness के वजह से ही आज इतने लोग mental health में ये लोगों को पता चल रहा है. That's because of awareness, but I'm saying no, that's not the case. It's because of once you accept something, you have to set a boundary somewhere. The society has to say at some point that thus far and no further, right? Otherwise, अगर आप कुछ accept कर लिए society में, तो immediately that becomes the aspirational model as well. Not immediately, but gradually. I think being gay, being LGBTQ, being transgender, being depressed, being bipolar, these things are aspirational models now for the youth, especially. You all know it. Anyone who is on Instagram knows this. Every girl who's under 25 is depressed and they have written in their bio that they're depressed. How the fuck is this possible? This is because of awareness. No, this is an aspirational model. Rupi Kaur has made a career out of writing poems on depression. About 50 poets of Bengal only write on depression and menstruation. We call them period Kavi. But that's the problem. You have to accept it, but not make it an aspirational model. You have to draw a line somewhere. Okay. This data we are going to discuss now is one of the reasons for the huge mental health pandemic that they are facing USA, which also leads them to have 75% divorce rates, which also leads them to have mass obesity, which leads them to further create mental health problems, which then leads them to take up their guns and shoot up schools, okay? Which only has started mainly happening in the last 10-15 years, even though their gun ownership per family has remained basically same ever since 1950s-60s. The law is from 1791. अब last 10-15 साल में जाके इतना कहाँ से स्कूल शूटिंग हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, क्या मिस्ट्री है इसके पीछे, ठीक है? These are the mysteries behind those things. Only thing that has happened differently is their obsession with obesity, depression, bad food, lack of workout, video games. Those are the things that are creating the mass school shootings, not their gun laws, okay? And we don't have these problems yet, which is why we should have better gun laws. Women who used contraceptive pill as teenagers, because our social mores are different. Abhi bhi hamare teenagers, at least outside the main cities, Bombay, Kolkata, Pune, etc., they don't have sex all the time. But USA has been doing this for about 30 years, right? Ever since their sexual revolutions in the 1960s, और उसके बाद से percolate होके mainstream हो गया 70s, 80s में. Friends serial ने तो बोल ही दिया कि sex करना, getting laid is your biggest achievement in your life, right? 14, 15, 16 साल की बच्चियां प्रेगनेंसी में सफर करते हैं या फिर अबॉर्शन करते हैं या फिर कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव पिल्स लेते हैं, and that's absolutely mainstream in USA. But now this article is saying this. It's a very serious study. It's not a random right-wing study, okay? It's a very legit study. Women who used contraceptive pill as teenagers are 130% more likely to be depressed as adults, study suggests. First-time users as adults had a 92% higher risk of depression than never users. Researchers said certain pills exacerbate puberty-related hormonal changes. हाँ, कहाँ से आ रहा है transgenderism? Hormonal changes, okay. FDA could approve OTC birth control mini pill by the summer. हमारा पुराना दोस्त FDA, जिसके बारे में मैंने वीडियो बनाया कुछ दिन पहले. Women who start taking birth control pills as teens have a drastically higher risk of developing depression than those who have never taken contraception. A new 4-year-long study found that women who began taking an oral contraceptive before they turned 20 had a 130% higher rate of depression compared to never users. And individuals who started oral contraceptive as an adult had a lower depression risk rate at 92%. 92% is a lower rate. Can you believe that? And they are saying mental health आज के दिन में इतना awareness हुआ है इसलिए सब लोगों को depression हो रहा है. लोगों को awareness हुआ है इसलिए लोग बोल बात कर पा रहे हैं इसके वजह से. There's a conversation about depression. ये देखो भोसड़ी के कहाँ से डिप्रेशन आ रहा है. The likelihood of developing birth control pill linked depression was highest within the first 2 years of starting the contraceptive, but the rate at which women were diagnosed with depression fell the longer they took an OC. The research team led by health experts at Uppsala University in Sweden proposed that the link could be blamed on hormonal level changes already wreaking havoc on a teen's emotional well-being, which is magnified by the addition of hormonal birth control. The report comes as troves of women are revealing adverse effects of the pill, such as blood clots, gallbladder disease and other mental health issues. और ये जो चीज है hormonal birth control की वजह से वो puberty के पहले इतना problems हो रहा है. You have to remember that even the gender dysphoria thing, which is termed today as transgenderism, even in most of the cases, even even if someone really feels that they are from the opposite gender, even that is actually healed by the time they reach their puberty, okay? By the time their actual testosterone kicks in or their estrogen takes full shape, etc. The report comes as okay, ye to ho gaya. A history of ever having taken an oral contraceptive was associated with an overall higher rate of depression compared to those who had never taken one. However, the risk of depression was less pronounced after 2 years of continued use. Therese Johansson, lead author of the study, said, quote, "The powerful influence of contraceptive pills on teenagers can be ascribed to the hormonal changes caused by puberty. As women in that age group have already experienced substantial hormonal changes, they can be more receptive not only to hormonal changes but also to other life experiences." अच्छा, ये अगर चीजें आप लोग कोई बात करेंगे किसी अपने दोस्त के साथ, पहली बात कोई लिबरल लड़का या लड़की आपको आके क्या बोलेगा कि you can't be a moral police, you don't have the right to judge. ये जो जज करना बंद करो एक भोसड़ी का फ्रेज सीख लिया है, ये हर जगह पे 24/7 चला रहा है. जज करना होगा. जजिंग इज गुड. जजिंग मीन्स यू हैव प्रायोरिटीज. जजिंग मीन्स you have a hierarchy of choices. If everything is beautiful, then nothing is beautiful. Okay, you can say an acid attack victim is very courageous, very brave, and very brave for suffering and surviving through what she went through. But she is not Aishwarya Rai. She is not beautiful. A sunrise on a mountain top is beautiful. A road random in front of my house is not beautiful. Everything is not beautiful. Some things are bad, some things are courageous. There are different beautiful words for different things. ये इंग्लिश ग्रामर काहे चेंज करना है? ब्यूटीफुल जो है वही ब्यूटीफुल है, जो courageous है वही courageous है. And no one, and even if you survive an acid attack, you are not as courageous as a firefighter or a soldier now. You are extremely courageous, you have suffered extremely, but that does not make you an army officer. Okay, now these English grammar changes are the most irritating thing, and you have to judge, and you should judge. You should say that thus far and no further. ठीक है, हमने लीगल कर दिया, आपको जेंडर चेंज करना है, आपको एक लड़का होकर लड़के के साथ सोना है, ठीक है, ये लीगल होगा, मगर हम जज भी करेंगे, ये लीगल भी रहेगा. We will talk down about it. We will say it's not the right thing to do, so that it does not become the aspirational fucking model. We have to prevent this from being an aspirational model in India. Okay, let's see what else she's saying. Okay, so remember guys, always judge. As women in that age group have already experienced substantial hormonal changes, they can be more receptive. Okay, ho gaya. The study, one of the largest and wide-ranging to date, encompassed nearly 265,000 women in the UK Biobank, a population-based cohort that recruited 5 lakh participants in the UK, aged 37 to 71 years, between 2006 and 2010. So it's a long-term study. Ms. Johansson, a PhD candidate, added, quote, "It is important to emphasize that most women tolerate external hormones as well, without experiencing negative effects on their mood, so combined contraceptive pills are an excellent option for many women. However, certain women may have an increased risk of depression after starting to use contraceptive pills. Though depression in adult women fell after about 2 years of routinely taking an oral contraceptive, that similar incidence remained high among teens even after they stopped taking it. Mood disturbance is a common complaint among women taking hormonal birth control pills considered in the study, which contain estrogen and a synthetic version of the hormone progesterone called progestogen. और यही एस्ट्रोजन हमारे गौ माताओं को दिया जाता है डेयरी इंडस्ट्री में, or every animal that you consume which is not farm raised has estrogen. Okay, progestogen prevents ovulation and thickens cervical mucus, which prevents sperm from entering the uterus. And estrogen thins the uterine lining, further hindering the implantation of a fertilized egg, thus preventing pregnancy about 99% of the time. One study in JAMA Psychiatry, conducted by experts at the University of Copenhagen in 2016, reported that among more than 1 million Danish women, the ones using hormonal contraceptives were found to be at 0.9 to 1.9 times greater risk of a first-time diagnosis with depression. Teen girls, और ये तो ignoring the fact that there is already an incentive for the psychiatrist to diagnose you with depression, because उनको ये pills वैसे भी push करना है, pharmaceutical industry ने उनको दे के रखा है, देखिए भाई थोड़ा इसका इस्तेमाल कीजिए. Teen girls had an even higher risk, ranging from 1.2 times to 3.2 times, but researchers acknowledged that this could be attributed to the age group being generally more prone to depression symptoms. On the other hand, a wealth of evidence has piled up over the years to show that birth control pills can actually improve mood and emotional health. In a 2013 report in the American Journal of Epidemiology, American doctors studied the effects of contraception in a sample of more than 6,600 sexually active non-pregnant women. They found users of hormonal contraceptives had lower average levels of depressive symptoms and were less likely to have attempted suicide in the previous year compared to women who took non-hormonal birth control and those who took nothing at all. Nothing at all. Okay. See, अमेरिकन ड्रग इंडस्ट्री का जहां पे भी मेंशन होगा वहां पे भी इमीडिएटली कन्वर्सेशन ये हो जाता है कि अच्छा कुछ भी एक्सक्यूज हो, दवाई आपको लेना है पहले ही. सो यू सी हियर नाउ दे आर सेइंग दैट पीपल हु डिडंट टेक एनी बर्थ कंट्रोल पिल्स, उनसे भी अच्छा मेंटल हेल्थ कंडीशन बन गया उनका जिन्होंने ये कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव पिल्स लिया. तो नाउ यू सी ऐसे ही अगर आप लड़के भी हैं, प्रेग्नेंट नहीं है, लड़की है, फिर भी आप ऐसे ही एक कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव पिल ले लीजिए क्योंकि नाउ इट्स अपेरेंटली ट्रीटमेंट फॉर डिप्रेशन एज वेल. And a 2003 study conducted by doctors at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston found that a fraction of 658 women taking oral contraceptives, slightly over 16%, saw their mood worsen on the pill. So these are obviously very small sample sizes, but the one saying that no, there are huge depression implications, that has studied about 5 lakh women, okay? But the vast majority of them, more than 71%, saw no changes to their mood at all. The latest study out of Sweden only considered hormonal birth control pills containing 2 types of female hormones and did not include other forms of contraception such as IUDs, vaginal rings, or mini pills containing only progestin. The study also included a generally healthy and overwhelmingly white population in the UK, which the author said could undercut the degree to which their findings apply to a broader context of contraception side effects. Yes, because genetics, body composition, body का chemical composition, brain का chemical composition, हर लोगों का अलग है और हर race का भी थोड़ा बहुत अलग है. Their findings were published in the journal Epidemiology and Psychiatric Sciences. Okay. Dollar ka chakkar bhaiya. Yes, nowadays people equate sadness as depression. Yes, absolutely. Our parents too do not want to talk about facts of life with their pubescent children. Yes, pubescent children. Our system will not work on sex ed in school but want to promote sexual liberation. Yes. Judge वाला बात मैं थोड़ा कमेंट पढ़ रहा हूँ. जज वाला बात तो जीसस से झाप लिया है, right? But any discussion on this issue, as was done by Tom Cruise, was designated as a science denier, as shown by Dave Rubin recently. Yes. Nina is saying, how are they deciding who is depressed? Are they self-identifying? Oh, Nina, didn't you? Oh, you saw my last day's Brahmapuran stream, right? The sister I discussed about. That's how it happens. You just tell them that you are having some problems, you are feeling lazy, and you kind of feel some sort of problems in executing a particular work, and you don't feel like getting out of your bed, and you may have had some sad occurrence in your life, or even may not have some serious sad occurrence in your life, and you have a tough time concentrating, you have a tough time working hard. That means you have depression. End of story. Immediately your pills will start, and they will say that yeah, take it for the first 3 months, see, you won't get addicted, check it out, try it. They behave like drug dealers. Maximus is saying, important thing about this, oral contraceptive basically reprograms the body to reject natural method. Therefore, isn't it understandable that the human body, being what it is, will try to adapt? Yes. What the hell is the higher one? Higher one is 130%. हमारे यहाँ तो अभी resistance ही नहीं बचा. Yes, this is on a rampant rise in India. Yes, this is why we need to discuss these stuff, and a lot of people are saying when I post so much stuff from the American context, they say, how is this relevant to India? How is this relevant to India? And at the same time, they say that, why aren't we commenting on America's affairs? This is why we have to comment on America's affairs, because first of all, they are the biggest country in the world. They are the most influential country in the world. They are our ally, and all these problems are going to come to us in very short time, okay? So we have to be prepared and absolutely educated on these topics. I heard of Rajiv Malhotra only in 2022, but I knew of these American problems because I was following American politics so much. But thank God for Rajiv Malhotra. Rajiv Malhotra is the one who educated the general Indian Hindutva mass about these problems being exported by USA, right? So why was Rajiv Malhotra doing it then? if it's not relevant to India. All of this is relevant to India. These are coming to your home very soon, and these are going to come to even religious Hindu families as well. Because if you're not aware of this, because if you don't even know that depression is a hoax, that mental health is a big drug mafia industry, how will you cope with it? Unless you are an extremely good parent with extremely strong values, you are not going to be able to fix these things, okay, or prevent these things. Especially because even if you are very a devout Hindu family or something, even then you are most probably working 11 to 12 hours a day in a tech firm, right? That's the majority of India, or majority of Hindus, urban Hindus especially, okay, who are going to be most affected by these things. तो अगर किसी के माता पिता आज 11-12 घंटे काम कर रहे हैं और उनका बेटा बेटी जो बच्चे घर में अकेले पूरा दिन बैठ के या तो गेम खेल रहे हैं या फिर सिर्फ ट्यूशन में आ जा रहे हैं, जा रहे हैं, कुछ खेल कूद का चक्कर नहीं है और इंस्टाग्राम ही देख रहे हैं और वीडियो गेम खेल रहे हैं, तो उनको ये सब each and every of these problems are going to reach their head as well, either from Instagram or by general pop culture, where every character in every web series is also suffering from depression or anxiety, bipolarity, ADHD, or a host of other things, and they will feel like that, yeah, I think I also have this problem, and they will know that it's an aspirational model. They see that everyone is facing these problems and they are getting a lot of attention because of it, so they will tell their parents that, Mom, Dad, I think I have depression, just take me to a psychiatrist. And then the psychiatrist is going to say that, oh yeah, come in, yes, you have ADHD. Is my internet doing any problem, guys? I don't think so, right? Wait, let me just close all my Wi-Fis. I don't know if StreamYard takes up a little more internet connection than than my OBS, etc. Anthropology will have an impact, yes. Biggest country in the world was a direct translation from Bengali. Don't take it literally, guys. Yeah. Biggest means most influential, not by size. Thanks, Maximus, for pointing that out. These are funded too by Indian billionaires. Yes, either they are big assholes or because they are absolutely unaware of it, just as the mainstream Indian audiences or the population is unaware of it. Both can be equally possible.
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनी